Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. Today I just got a couple updates on a few knives that I got recently. Not every video can be an exciting one. Maybe some of these bigger channels with production and, you know, scripts and crews and all this other crap, maybe they can, but I can't. I'm just a dude in a shed, loves knives. But anyways, I have done a couple things to a couple knives and I just kind of wanted to show it here and get some video out. First off, the Svord Von Temsky. Or no, not the Von Temsky, the Amera Kiwi. Now, I bought this sheath for the sharp finger, bought the sharp finger to take the sheath, and it was brown and it was ugly. Well, it wasn't ugly, but it didn't match the handle of the knife, so I went ahead and dyed it. I don't know what kind of faux emu leather they're using here, but in some spots it just didn't really take the dye. It's kind of caked on right there. You can still see it, but it'll like almost rub off. So this leather's crap, but it's still better than what it was. I mean, this is probably a knife I'll never use other than demonstrations on here or messing around, so not really a big deal, but it does look better, so that's that. Second, this Case Sodbuster Junior. This thing was kind of a monstrosity out of the box, but I cleaned it up. There was some gunk and crap stuffed up inside these scales that was just making it not run properly. Now there's still some gappage, but now it's clean gappage. And then sprayed down some lube in there and whatnot. So now it will actually pull itself closed, which is nice. It wouldn't do that before. And then it has a little better snap when it's open, like that. So much better. And then the edge it came with was just atrocious. Big huge burrs. I mean, it was bad. But now we got ourselves a decent edge on it. Let's see. Nope, that ain't it. Come on. Cutting this stuff is rather hard, actually. Nope, I don't think it's gonna do it. Yeah, no, not gonna do it. If I spend a little bit more time stropping, maybe. Let's do what it can do. Yeah, it's pretty sharp now. It was actually cutting the paper towel a minute ago, but the problem is when you're stropping, you're using a piece of leather. You know, leather is very, I'm just gonna say it's non-abrasive. So you can just strop this up. This is just my lazy leather strop. I have a whole bunch of them, but this actually works pretty good for finishing it up. I don't know why, but I use it and I like it. And it's just a piece of leather that I just fold and just scrap leather. But it works fantastic. But you gotta think, if you're putting an edge on with this, which is not that abrasive, what do you think a paper towel is gonna do? This shit's pretty damn abrasive. So it's gonna kill that edge rather quickly. Let's see if actually that little bit of strop helped. And paper towel is just notoriously hard to cut, so come on. Come on. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. I need to spend a little more time on it. Now, but yeah, it's not even cutting smooth. But this buck, on the other hand, let's see if it's still as sharp as it was yesterday. Yeah, it's a little more sharp, but still, I used it today, so yeah. So anyways, I spent some time sharpening this guy. I spent some time sharpening this guy. Not my best sharpening jobs. And if you're still here because I've been rambling and saying stupid things, next is the BK9. Now, I took this out this weekend and used it a little bit. It chopped decent. There's a couple things that I wish that were different about it. First off, let's go through what I did. The coating on this sucks. It's a great protective coating, but it's very rough, very gritty, like a bed liner almost. And it wore off relatively easy. Where I was chopping, it was starting to wear and smooth. So what I did is I just stripped it up to the saber grind here, and I just blued it. I did a terrible job. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so streaky. I don't know what I did. I stripped it. I sanded it down with Brillo pad. I cleaned it off with alcohol, made sure it was degreased completely, and then I put the bluing on, and it just did a terrible job. This blue that I used was it's 4440 instant gun blue. Did a terrible job, but it'll prevent it from rusting, and that's the main point. And then resharpened it, and when I was sharpening it last night, I got it pretty damn sharp. And let's see, I don't think it's paper towel sharp. Yeah, it's pretty freaking sharp. Pretty freaking sharp, but yeah, I mean, I would say that's relatively sharp. So I was doing some shorts, and I was holding a paper towel for YouTube and just popping through it, and I smacked it right on my metal shelf thing. Oh wow. And surprisingly, it just put a tiny little, I don't even know if you call it a flat spot, just a little shiny spot on it. So that tip is actually heat treated pretty decently. I was kind of impressed with this, how it works. And now it's just back to super sharp right at that tip. I brought it right back. Super sharp. But yeah, I was just surprised how much deformation it didn't take. That's from me using it's not that, so this had the convex edge on it, but I was using my 2000 to 3000 grit stone to, or whatever you call them, to put that edge back on, and I didn't feel like polishing it back up. I just dropped it after that. I spent too much time on it anyways. But yeah, now that this coating's gone, I imagine it's going to be a little bit better chopper because it's less resistance going through stuff. But the problem with this knife is just not that heavy. And the other thing was this handle is just not comfortable. So I'm going to have to, I don't want to mod this thing because I don't want to put any more money into it, but I want to buy the new scales for it. And the big problem is down here. This is a huge problem for me. This squared offness sucks really bad. So with these, since they're hollow plastic, I can't grind that down. I want this to be a U shape right here. I want it to be like a half moon circle, with this being the top of it. But I can't do it with these, so I'm gonna have to get the micarta to where I can radius this corner down and this corner down. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grind off this. I see no purpose for this. I don't plan on headbutting anybody. I don't plan on smashing nuts in the woods or pounding in a, you know, if you were trying to use this to pound in a like a steak or something, and you're hitting on it and you miss and it glances off and hits you in your arm or your hand or your finger or something, it is gonna hurt really bad. Stupid. Use a rock. Don't use this for pounding. So Skull Crusher, it's flat. I mean, it would hurt, but it's really not that important. Now I imagine if you just cut this off and this off, it'd be a nice hard little point right there. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do that. So once I radius these and cut that down, I think in this grip back here, this will be much more comfortable for my hand. And yeah, go from there. But anyways, it's enough of me rambling. It's almost been 10 minutes. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching.